Hey folks, this is Vint with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're gonna play Against the Storm. It's important to stress that what you're looking at here is a preview build. I'm playing this game before it is available to the general public, so everything that you're about to see is subject to change. I'm having so much fun with this. I played the demo for several hours. I got to a certain point where I couldn't progress anymore because it was a demo. And then the developers slash publishers were kind enough to send me a full key for it, and I've been playing this regularly, as often as I can. The embargo was just up today, so I'm finally able to show you some of the new content that wasn't in the demo. And some of it actually took me by surprise. In the demo, there were 3 factions to deal with. And I'm like, wait a minute, who is this 4th faction? Anyway. So what is Against the Storm? Well, it is a rogue-lite city builder where you're going to pick a location on this hex-based map, and you're going to enter it to try and fill up the blue bar before the red bar fills up, and I'll explain more of that later. If you are successful, you come back to that hex-based map, and you then get to maybe pick some rewards, assuming that you've got enough resources to do so, and then you pick another spot on this hex-based map, go in there, city build in real time. You can pause, of course, but then you come back. So you have to be successful, and you just keep doing this over and over. That's the gameplay loop, and you get resources, and you upgrade your tech tree. Settings menu real quick. I'll just go ahead and pause that if you want to see any of that in greater detail. Everything seems standard here. I'll scroll down a bit. There's some sound sliders there. Camera sensitivities, gameplay. Yeah, so yeah, you can just, again, pause if you want to see any of this, but this is like notifications and the like. Key bindings really don't have anything to worry about there. It's just mainly mouse and keyboard. Anyway, so let's go ahead and hit play. And like I said, I've been playing for about, according to Steam, 8 or 9 hours, which is unprecedented. I mean, typically I don't never play games for that long. Okay, so this is the hex-based map that I was talking about. You are allowed to embark on a new mission, and you can keep doing this after you beat them up to a certain point. Then you have to reset the entire map and start over again. But you keep your upgrades and everything, which is nice. So at this point, I could go here, for example, and the little bread icons that you see are some of the resources that I was talking about. You earn those as you complete those maps. There is a bar on the very bottom of the screen in purple. Those are the cities that I've completed thus far. Like I did this one, and then this one, then I went here, and then I went down here. And yeah, as this bar fills up, if it goes all the way to the right, you have to reset everything. And all of these like minor cities disappear except for your center, and then you can start anew. Now, I have never branched out this far before. I have not. Just haven't gotten that far in the game yet. I am curious to know what that's all about, but I just haven't gotten there yet. As you can see, there are landmarks that actually provide you with bonuses should you include them. Like I could put this here, for example, and even though I've already got this hex here, which gives me 1 food, so I'm not going to get it again, but I'm going to get double there. I don't see a reason for that, honestly, unless it's to complete an achievement. So maybe I'll just go right here. If I click on that, you can see, okay, summary over here to the left, modifiers, gathering knowledge. The marshlands are a gatherer's paradise. Gathering speed is increased by 10%. For every 2 workers assigned to gathering camps. And giant organisms. The marshlands are home to enormous life forms. Giant resource nodes can be found in forbidden glades. Each glade will have a different one. Fun stuff. So there's positives and negatives to going to certain locations. The caravan. These are the factions that the people that you start with. So I could start with 9 of these guys. And these guys are great. I love them. They're really good at cutting trees down. And in the beginning of the game, that's all I do because you're in a very tiny space and you're trying to branch out. There's the humans and the lizards. They each have their own bonuses and that. But you can also see what you bring with you too. This faction will bring reeds and clay and coal and other things. One thing I didn't get to Before we do that, if I click on Smoldering City, this brings me to the Rogue-lite element of the game. If I go to Buy Upgrades, so this is the tech tree. And I've covered this in my demo video, but now you can see that it's no longer completely locked for me. All the way up to level 16 here, like, there's all of this. So there's so much more for me to do. I've unlocked everything that's highlighted orange up to this point. It looks like the main resources, at least for me right now, there's bread or food, then there's machinery, and then there's artifacts. And you can see some of these require like 6 artifacts, or this one needs 6 machinery. So it's just, these are different upgrades that you can get over time. Deeds are like achievements. So one might say collect 25 points of reputation through villager resolve. I've gotten 12 so far, but when I complete that, I'll get 50 experience points, and by gaining experience, I level up my profile, and as you can see here, I unlock new tiers. Level 8 is required to unlock this tech up here, which I haven't even gotten to yet. So that's like the Rogue-lite element to the game. So coming back to the main screen, and we'll go ahead and embark over there. And I'll choose this faction, and on the right-hand side, I can pick embark bonuses. And the amount of points you have to spend is determined by your tech tree. I've got 5 right now, so I could do a meat, I could do an egg, I can do that. And I get 30 meat, 20 eggs, 20 roots, and some of these resources require 2. So it's up to you on how you want to deal with that. I just like to bring all food, just to have all food. I'm going to have a ton of lumber when I get there. So I'm not going to worry about these other resources right now. But I like to bring a ton of food to start with to give myself that extra cushion in case I can't find any right away. So I'll go ahead and hit Embark. There's a difficulty setting down here. Settler, Pioneer, Veteran, and Viceroy. I keep it on Settler. I just prefer it that way. Settler, Embark points, negative effects, positive effects. Effects range, very beneficial, devastating. On a hostility multiplier. As you chop things down in the forest gets pissed at you and will give you harsher negative, not buffs, but negative effects during, like, storm season. You'll see the seasons in a little bit. So, max hostility is 6. I don't intend for it to get that high, but... Alright, so we are going to start. So, again, we are building a settlement here, trying to complete queen objectives. That will increase the blue bar, and I'll show you that in a minute. So the game is paused, so nothing's happening right now. On the very bottom of the screen, there is a blue bar. You can't see it because it's not at all filled, but it's my reputation. I need to get my reputation completely full. If I do that, I win. However, this red bar is the queen's impatience. If I wait too long, this will fill up over time, and I lose. To lower queen's impatience, you complete her tasks, and you gain reputation in the process. So it's like a... This red bar always gets higher for me at the start, and then I catch up to it, and then I surpass it. But there's also blueprints that you can pick from. The amount of blueprints you have access to, again, is determined by your tech tree. I'm not going to pick anything right now, but that small farm is actually looking quite nice, and I'll explain why later. So again, on the very top left, I've got 9 beavers. And the number 10, that green number there, 10, that is their current, like, resolve or happiness. If it gets to 0 or less, they might leave on you. So you want to keep them happy. To keep them happy, there's a little arrow I can click on. Are they sheltered? These are like their needs. Beaver housing, biscuits, pickled goods, other effects, coats, leisure, education, luxury. Each of the factions in this game have different needs. For example, lizards might have jerky as a need, and that will increase their resolve. So the 9 here is how many workers I have, population. 8 is how many free workers I have. And you're like, well, wait a minute. You didn't even do anything. How come you have a worker that's not free? A worker can be assigned to your ancient hearth that you start with. And you need to keep this burning. If this fire goes out, you lose hope, and that's bad. So there is one worker in here already, and depending on the faction person you have in here, whether it's a human or lizard or this, whatever this is, it's a beaver, I guess. Beaver firekeepers know a lot about burning. 20% slower fuel consumption. But the lizard, for example, might just raise your resolve by a couple of points, or the humans might do this, or the fae might do that. The fae is the fourth one that we haven't seen. All right, so you can also sacrifice resources to give yourself a temporary buff, but I typically never do that. Okay, let's start with the build menu on the very bottom. We'll go ahead and start building some woodcutter camps. I like to start with 3. Note that there are some hidden areas around the map. These are called glades. Anything with a skull is really bad. Typically, do not open those until you're ready. Typically, you have to do something within a time limit there. Otherwise, bad things happen. And you can still get bad things happening to you. But it doesn't look like I have a whole lot of choice. I'm going to go ahead and put one there. And I'm going to put one over here. And I'm going to put one here. But I'm not going to cut into that area. So I'm going to assign with this green axe button. Where am I cutting? This is where I'm cutting. I'm just going to sort of skirt along the outside there. They will still cut even if you don't have anything selected. But I like to have control over what's going on. I just need to make this area bigger for right now. All right, good enough. And now any workers that don't have a job will build. And that's what they're going to do now. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward time with the 3x button. All right, pause. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and assign beavers here. The reason I like to start with the beavers, you see that little circle spinny thing over their portrait? That means they are working in a building that they absolutely love, and they will be better at it. Why is my mouse going nuts? There we go. This worker has a 10% chance to produce twice as much because they really like that. So that's why I like beavers in the beginning, so I can get a head start on my wood cutting. Sometimes I don't have a choice, but that's what I like to do anyway. All right, so now I've got 2 beavers not doing anything. Let's go ahead and start getting some shelters down. They like their shelters. I try not to block off their pathing if I can help it. I like to do a back-to-back building rotation there to save on space. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of room in the beginning. You really have to cut out all these trees. Now, one thing that the demo didn't have, at least I didn't notice it, these, depending on the biome that you're in and depending on the trees you cut down, there's a chance to not only get wood, but you get other resources. This mushwood, for example, 15% chance to get mushroom and 5% chance to get leather. So you can possibly get other resources through cutting trees down. In a different biome, it might be insects or meat or something. You never know. All right, so on the upper right-hand corner, the queen is giving me a cornerstone. And this is like a bonus I can pick for the rest of the game, and these will come up regularly. So gain +1 production yield per pack of goods, +2 to leather production. Gain additional leather every yield from gathering, farming, or production. Silent looting. Scouts learn to be very careful when looting abandoned caches. Every open cache lowers hostility by 15 points. I like those, but the fact that I don't know if it stacks. If I'm cutting a tree down, technically that's, see, gathering, farming, or production. I don't know if gathering is, possibly. These trees give me a lot of leather. If I can get that, I'll have a ton of leather. I think I'm going to go with that. Assuming that this bonus kicks in, because again, these trees provide me with leather, at least a possibility. I'd rather have that extra bonus chance of getting more leather. So, all right, here we go. We are going to cut trees down. Preferably do not cut into these skull areas. They are bad. Okay, so now the Queen's orders. We will be able to pick 3 in the beginning and then more unlock over time. So I'm going to go ahead and see what this one wants. I can choose one of 2. Do I want to reveal 2 glades? And that's how I complete that. And if I do complete that, +1 to stone production, +1 to clay production, and 6 simple tools. Or do I just solve any one glade event? And do I get 30 jerky, I get 3 parts, which are needed for some buildings, and 4 new villagers. I'm not sure which I like, to be honest. My concern, really, and I can come back to this later, there's not a whole lot of free things. There's that. There's a couple of glades here that are safe. Same here, but that's it, just 4 of them. I could, I don't know. I can just fast track over this way, fast track. I guess let's take a look at the rewards and see which one is better for me. 6 tools. I love tools because they are needed for a lot of those Glade events. And I don't need the people immediately. So I'm going to go with this one. Stone production and clay production. I did see some stone in our starting area. So anytime we harvest this stone, we're going to get extras from that. Assuming we complete that before we start harvesting this. So I think I might actually go for this one. Open 2 glades. And then this one. Do I keep Beaver's Resolve above 16 for 30 seconds? Or just create 10 planks? I kind of like the 10 planks one. That's very easy to do. I get 10 planks back plus 10 of fabric and 10 of bricks. What's the current result? Okay, my resolve with the beavers are only 11. Now, that will go up over time, maybe even go down over time. I think I like the whole create planks more. We'll go ahead and choose that one. Lastly, okay, so these are more advanced goods. This is 3 packs of crops and 3 packs of provisions, or 2 packs. Okay, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to have to create the same building to do either or. So again, the question is, what rewards do I want? This is +1 to grain production. I haven't seen, though, any fields yet. This is just 4 new people, 20 grain, and 10 amber. Amber is like a trading good. So I don't know. I kind of like the production, but I'm taking the chance that I'll never come across anything that will grant me grain. Let's go with this one over here. Anything with extra production is usually good, in my opinion. Okay. So, back to the game. Let's build this crude workstation that will create planks and fabric and bricks. Those are the things that we need to complete funding the expedition. And these are resources for almost anything. So, I'm going to go ahead and just put that down. How much? I've got 13 wood. So at the moment, I may want to assign more woodcutters here pretty soon. Alright, now in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see a 12 and then an arrow, then a 13. That's telling me that resolve is going up, but it does not happen right away. It happens over time. So when a negative effect hits, you'll see it drop from like 12 to 7 or 12 to 5 or whatever the case is. There's also a homeless icon. You can quickly see how many more people you need to house. Each of these shelters holds 3 people. These shelters are like a catch-all. No one really likes them, but they at least shelter people, or any faction you have. But there are like beaver homes and human homes and lizard homes that they prefer, but they cost more resources. I'm going to go ahead and assign a beaver here, and I'm going to assign a limit of 30 planks, 30 fabric, and 30 bricks. You need resources of a particular kind. Unfortunately, I have no plant fiber, no leather, and no reed right now. Well, I have 20 reed, but I really don't want to use it right now. What I may do is enable leather, because I am gathering leather from the trees, so I'm going to be getting, hopefully, a lot of leather. So I'm going to enable the consumption of leather to make fabric. But even then, I can't make it yet. These bricks require clay. I've got 20 of it. Not a whole lot. I started with it, but yeah. Wood is the only thing that can be used to make planks. I can't select it. So we'll just be using wood to make planks. All right, and we've got 1 unemployed worker right now. What else can I make? Is there anything else I can gather in the area? There's some root deposits. And that needs, if you hover over it, it'll tell you Scavenger's Camp. Gathered via Scavenger's Camp via that tooltip in the middle. So I'm going to put down a Scavenger's Camp nearby. And you can actually move some of these buildings. The smaller ones you can actually move around like so. Woodcutters, you can quickly move around as well. It's these larger ones that you typically can't move. Shelters you can move. Alright, I kind of want a beeline for these 2. Let me move these over. I'm going to stop the cutting here. I want to focus on opening this glade. And I want to focus on, get away from that. I want to focus over here, and I want this one to focus on opening this path up, if I can do it. So maybe something like that. Let's go ahead and move this one over like that, and they'll dig out. That's bad. You don't want that either. Just dig out a little bit, just a little bit here for right now. Nothing too fancy, and then we'll dig in this direction. Or chop, I should say, not dig. So there are seasons in this game, upper middle. Next storm in 3 minutes and 47, I guess 3 minutes 47. But anyway, there are different seasons, and the reason why there is different seasons is the hostility that I was talking about. As you do things, wood cutting, finding glades, how many years has gone by, various things will affect hostility. And depending on the scenario, there's green and red things. The green is good, red is bad, looming darkness. Active from hostility 0, so it's active now. Anytime we go into storm season, -4 to global resolve, which is that happiness in the upper left-hand corner there. So during storm season, bad things typically happen. All right, the rain collector needs planks, which we don't have yet. Okay, so I'm going to assign my last beaver over here just to gather this root deposit. Resources on the upper middle there. There's a food category, insects, meat, root, mushrooms. Next one over, building materials. So you got things like your parts and your wildfire essence and soon-to-be planks and stuff. This one is crafting resources, clay, leather. This one here is wood, coal, but more will pop up here as I gather them. Okay, so I just discovered a glade, and it looks like there's stone and mushroom. I need an herbalist camp, however, to get these mushrooms, and I don't have that yet. So that's where these blueprints come into play. I can start picking buildings that will allow me access to certain things. Small farm. If I ever see farmland, I can put a small farm nearby, and it'll grow vegetables and grain, and I want grain. Brickyard for making bricks, pottery, and crystallized dew. Certain buildings actually repeat recipes. For example, I have that one building that is producing planks, brick, and fabric. Well, the brickyard also makes bricks. And you can actually see that in the tooltip. That little up green arrow indicates that I already have bricks. I'm producing it. To the right is a pottery icon and a blue bar crystallized dew icon. The plus sign means that I don't have it yet. So on occasion, I like to look for buildings that have all 3 recipes I don't have yet. But looks like I have... Okay, the farm is what I would go with, but I don't have anyone to run the farm right now, so I'm not going to bother. I can actually hold on to these blueprint recipes for a while until I figure out what I need when I need it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and move that closer to that. Alright, now that this is cut out, I'm just... Go ahead and cut all of this. Yeah, cut what we can out of here. I kind of want to dig this out or cut this away as well, just to get more build room. I may move this one over shortly to do that. And the map isn't terribly big. You can see, like, this water is the edge of the map. As you can see, some of these areas, Forbidden Glade, this is a really bad, nasty area. Whereas this one isn't so bad, but it's still dangerous. So, yeah, that's the map. I mean, it's not huge, but it's big enough. I typically never explore everything. I never have time. Alright, so Resolve is going down as the result of this storm. Now I'm just waiting for more trees to get cut away. This should... Okay, there's my second glade. So now this order is done. Lost in the Woods. 2 out of 2 glades discovered. Now I can deliver this. And +1 to stone production, +1 to clay. 6 simple tools. We'll go ahead and deliver that. Okay, and that also gives me 1 reputation, which is the blue bar down here. And as I raise this blue bar... There are certain choke points, like new blueprint reward, new blueprint reward. So as I raise this blue bar, I get more blueprints. Now, this is just my first pick of 4. Once I pick one here, it'll go down to 3. And then when I pick another one, that goes down to 2. So I can pick 4 buildings right now, if I so choose. I like to wait, however, until I know I need something. That's just the way I play, though. I know I'm going to need pack of building materials, crops, and provisions. And there is a building for that. That is the... where are you at? It's here. Makeshift post. That makes pack of crops, provisions, and building materials. So I'll just put that there for now. No one can build it because I have no free workers. Everyone's doing something. Might as well go ahead and put down another shelter. At the end of storm season, new people usually join. And I can pick which group to bring in. Alright, so we are there. Human and Fae, or human, beaver, and Fae. So 3 or 2. This is 12 coats, and this is 10 stone and 5 egg. I kind of need the extra man. As much as I want coats, I need the extra manpower right now, so I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. And now I've got 3 factions. That is the max I can have. And I'm not really worried about consumption, so I may switch this guy out with this Firekeeper with the Harpy, or let's with the humans. Humans are adept at farming. If I put them in here, what happens? They, the Queen's impatience will grow 25% slower. Fine with me. Okay, so I'm fine. I'm gonna take the normal fuel consumption here at the Ancient Hearth. Instead, I'll take less of a Queen's growth here. Alright. Alright, so everyone is housed. Good. Now that I've got that one order done, +1 to stone production, I think it's now time to start cutting these stone deposits. So let's go with stone cutter camp, and we'll put that there. After it's done, we'll move it up here and get these stone. Yeah. And you aren't doing anything. Let's just cut you. Well, you are. You're kind of cutting this away. Let's go ahead and move this guy over here. And we'll just cut out more of this area. There are roads or paths that you can put down that will increase villager speed. I typically never put them down. Maybe I should start doing that. It doesn't cost anything. So maybe I never know where I'm going to put stuff. But I guess this will be a nice start anyway. All right. We need a worker there. Let's go ahead and put the. I want to keep the beavers in these camps for more lumber. It leaves me with 1 worker. I guess we'll put the Fae there for now. All right, and all I need 2 of each. So I'm going to set the limit here. 2, 2. I don't want to make things unnecessarily. All of this food I have could go to just these bags of crops that I can't eat. So they're only used for trading or orders. So I'm wasting some of my food to complete this order. Pack of provisions. I guess we'll do the meat because I've got a lot of it. And this one, I guess, we'll just do planks. Or no, we'll do bricks. All right. And she should start working on that shortly. Oh, we've got a Queen's Cornerstone pick. A shady character appears in your settlement. You can choose 1 blueprint from all unlocked blueprints, or all houses have 1 more place. Some woodworkers just can't stop working. Gain 3 barrels for every 10 planks produced. Free resources. I kind of like the free planks. Or the free barrels, rather. I'm going to go ahead and pick that one. Anytime when there's a free resource, I'm all over it. Alright, and also we get to pick new orders. 35 grain, or keep beavers above 20 resolve. I can always trade for the grain, so maybe I'll choose that. Although I really like this one. The tools and the biscuits and woodcutter bonus. But keeping humans happy, I'm at, let's see, I'm at 18? What do they want? They want pie, clothes, jerky. I can't really provide them with any of this right now. It's going to be at 18 for a while, probably. What was the goal? 20. I could actually do that. Oh, that's beavers. Oh, I was looking at the... they're at 13. That's not going to happen. All right, well, let's just do the grain then. It's easier. And crops. Or this one. 25% amount of goods produced. Plantation, farm. I like that. Assuming we find a field. Now, these luxury, or trade goods, rather, I can't build yet. I don't have the building for it, so I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. Now, I could sit there and wait and not pick a reward. I don't have to pick an objective yet. I can actually wait on that and just pick it when I know I can actually produce this kind of thing. Hey, no problem, Lily. We really like that game. Alright, so we've created the Stonecutters camp. I'm going to go ahead and assign this last beaver to it. And I would prefer him to work in the lumber camp where he's efficient, but I really don't have much of a choice. Alright, there is a leech broodmother resource. It gives meat and leather. So we need, what is that, Trapper's camp. We need a Scavenger's camp over there. We don't have the Trapper's camp yet. We have to unlock it. So I'm still trying to figure out if I want that. I mean, I have not picked a blueprint yet for my new buildings. I want this farm, but I have not seen any farmland yet. So I'm a little concerned. Farmland would be like in these glades as I discover them. All right, let's go ahead and get into that. And I'll go ahead and move this over. These mushrooms need an herbalist camp. Still waiting on 10 planks. Taking their good old time. All right, now we wait. This build room is really rough at the start. Trying to figure out what direction to go in. Scavenger's camp has no deposits nearby. Okay, let's go ahead and move them. Now, if we look on the borders of the screen, we can, if we select this building, we can actually see a highlighted resource on the left. And it actually goes, no, over here. This building can come over here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this over here like so. And I think those are more roots that we can get out of the ground. Alright, we are in storm season. So resolve will drop temporarily. The phase like us the least, apparently. Oh, we got 2 packs of building material, 2 packs of crops, and 2 packs of provisions produced. I'm going to take her out of this building for now. Actually, no, we need 15 packs of crops. I'm going to up this to 15, and I'm going to stop production of the other 2 for now. There's no sense in making these, in my opinion, unless we need it for a quest. So I'll just do that, and I'll go ahead and turn this in. And as a reward, I'll get +1 to grain production, +1 to fabric production, and 4 parts, +1 reputation. There we go. So we are, again, sort of on par with the queen here. The blue bar is our reputation. We want it to fill up. The red bar is going to go up and down over time based on various things. We want it to be as low as possible. We want to keep the queen happy. But note I reached another milestone, and now I've got 5 blueprints that I can choose. But again, I don't want to pick anything yet. There's no sense. There's no one for me to assign to run them, even if I do get them right now. There's no one for me to assign. They're all chopping trees down right now, or making planks, or making packs of crops, or whatever. Okay, so the storm season is over. I'm going to go ahead and click on the newcomers button, and these people are waiting for me. Both sides, 3 people each. Now, what do I want? Do I want copper bars and eggs, or do I want stone, clay, and berries? I'm going to go with this wider range. I want more of these beavers. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that one, and I want to assign one of these beavers to, yeah, we'll go ahead and assign you there. And I want to assign, oh, I want to build something. What else can I build? I don't have a harvester's camp, but there's nothing to harvest right now. How about a trading post? That would help. I really don't have a whole lot to trade, but I wouldn't mind having one. Maybe I'll put that up here or put that over here. Yeah, we'll put that down. And also a rain collector, so I can start creating spark dew. It's just automatic over time. Nothing else but the rain. That will allow me to create spark dew, and I'll go ahead and put that maybe over here somewhere. And I still have, oh, I have 3 homeless people. Let's go ahead and get another shelter up there. New trader has arrived. Well, if I have a ton of wood, which I do, I'm tempted to turn that in favor of possibly some resources I could use. I like to get tools whenever they're available. So maybe 3 tools for how much wood is that going to cost me? On the very bottom of the screen is a red or green bar, depending on how sided the trade is. You want that to be... It will not allow you to trade unless it's on the green side or like in the middle. So 116 wood for 3 of these tools. That seems kind of silly to me, but I need it. I can also spend amber down here to unlock these perks. Woodcutters move faster. Or mold supply, +1 to grain production. Or a plantation, just a new building, a plantation. I would love that if there were fields around for me to do that. I can also attack the trader, but I'm not going to do that. Bad things happen when you do that, and I've never done it. Supposedly you can upgrade traders too, but I've never done it. Consumption, trade routes. Yeah, I could have sworn there was a way to upgrade. I think that might be an upgrade to your tech tree that I've not seen. But I could always spend amber down here to get stuff. And amber, again, is you can earn that through quests. You can earn that through trading, depending on how you trade. Did I not trade? No. You know what? I'll hold off on trading for right now until I need to. Some quests actually task you with trading. Religious settlement. The settlement specializes in incense production. Gain +1 to human resolve for every 70 incense produced. I don't have incense yet. Ancient mushroom farming techniques are described. Mushroom production is increased by +1 for every 25 times it's produced. Or an artifact infused with the power of the holy flame. Hostility from woodcutters is decreased by 4. I kind of like the whole mushroom thing. All right, let's do it. I mean, I know that there's mushrooms over here that I can gather once I have an herbalist camp. So that may be one building I'm going to want is an herbalist camp to get mushrooms. All right, so the rain collector is ready. I'm just going to assign the Fae to it. They really like that building, so that's fine. And I have 1 worker left unassigned, but they are going to build this shelter for me. Got to make sure they're not going to cut into any glades or anything like that. All right, let's go ahead and move you up here and make sure that you focus on cutting this away. This other one over here is working on this. Okay, we've unlocked a new glade. We've got insects there. It needs a forager camp or a trapper's camp, and we don't have that. Eggs. We need a scavenger's camp or a trapper's camp. We have a scavenger's camp, so we may want to build that. Oh, we already have one. They are gathering this plant fiber over here. Or roots, I'm sorry. Yeah. So I'll wait till they're done, then I'll move it. Alright, what else can I really need farmland, and I'm just not seeing any. It's going to hurt that whole grain production bonus I took. I'm hoping that there's some here. Alright, new objectives. 3 glades, or produce these. Trade goods and provisions. You know what? I'm going to be opening up the hostile areas anyway at some point. I might as well take it and get this nice stuff. The next one is open caches, which those bad areas usually have caches. Or have harpies, have 8 harpies, and have the resolve at 16. They're at 8. Not going to happen anytime soon. So I would probably shoot for this whole open caches thing. Lastly, this is what? Have at least 2 hubs upgraded. I forgot to do that. And also, I could take this one. If I find tablets, which are typically done in the dangerous areas where I'm going anyway. Yeah, I might as well just take that one. I get 40 jerky, 40 pie, 40 biscuits. Yeah, we'll take that. So long story short, it looks like my objectives are gearing more toward exploring these dangerous areas. But we're not going to do that yet until we have a backup supply of people. Right now, we're kind of short-handed. I like to have at least 4 or 5 extra hands on deck to deal with events when they pop up in those dangerous areas. All you have to do is deal with them once and it's done, but still, I like to have those extra hands in case unexpected death or whatever is the result of discovering it. These traders come over time. It's not right away. I forgot about upgrading our ancient hearth. Right now I've got 8 people. I've got 15 actually. But I need 4 decorations, and if I do that, my hub will be upgraded. So, and that provides extra resolve. So I'm going to go ahead and actually build 4 decorations real quick. They're just benches, really. I'll put them, I don't know, maybe behind here. Like, I can always move them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And our one lone worker that isn't assigned will eventually just build them. Oh, another glade. Still no farmland, really. Well, if I give this camp some food, it could be 4 vegetables, it could be mushrooms, it could be... I'm going to go with the mushrooms. I've got more of it than anything else. I'm going to assign my lone worker to it. And I can either get 10 amber or more people. I'm going to go ahead and take the amber only because I want those upgrades that the traders bring. So the more amber I get, the better. I will get more people over time anyway. Just every storm season, people will migrate in. So I might as well just get the amber, buff up my production. Alright, in the meantime, we're looking good down here. I do not want to cut into glades at all at this point. These are all bad. We don't want that way, absolutely not. I wouldn't mind cutting into this one. There's nothing going on there, and there's... yeah. But eventually we will have to cut through to these dangerous ones. Preferably not these ones. The forbidden ones are bad. Really, really bad. Alright, so that human is working on that. Deliver 4 mushrooms, get amber. Once I get the rewards and bring them back, the human will be freed up again to do something else, preferably build these benches that I queued up. And it looks like I got enough packs of crops. I'm going to go ahead and stop production of that, unassign her, and turn that in. This will give me farm bonus, plantation bonus, and herb garden. Unfortunately, this is a bad reward for me right now because I have no farmland whatsoever. So I will deliver that, and I just have to hope that I get some farmland in the future. A lot of my bonuses seem to revolve around farming, and I haven't found any farmland yet. That's the RNG of this game. The map will throw something at you, And it's up to you to sort of roll with the punches and deal with what you're given. And it's interesting. All right, this woodcutter's camp is almost done. Let's just cut that and cut that. Okay, new people. We want 4 and 4. 8 bricks. Let's go with the food and the leather. Although, yeah, let's go with the leather. We'll take it. And now we've got more people. We need more housing now. Let's go ahead and move the woodcutter camp. Let's move you down here, and we'll start cutting this away. And the Queen's Cornerstone. Rigorous training makes scouts efficient. Every 5 villagers with the need for brawling fulfilled increases the chance of bringing back double the amount of goods. Meh. Strange roots spread. Wood production is increased, but harvesting and planting are slower. Now, the cost of knowledge can be very high. If you see the content of undiscovered glades... Oh, you can see the content of undiscovered glades, but discovering dangerous or forbidden glades automatically kills 1 villager. That's nasty. I guess we'll go with this exploration training, but I don't really see... Yeah, we'll go with that. That's fine. Oof. Okay. We've got 4 homeless, so we need another house. So we'll do something like that. Let's go ahead and build more roads like that, and let's do something like that, maybe. Stone cutter has no deposit. We'll go ahead and, yep, we'll move them up here, and they can gather that stone. All right. You know what? I'm going to switch clay to stone. We are gathering a crap ton of stone, so we're going to change the recipe on bricks from clay to stone. So we're gonna use stone now to make bricks instead of clay. I love that you can change like that. That's really cool. All right, now that I've got 6 buildings that I can pick, and I do have 6 free workers. As much as I want this farm, I'm not getting anything. Coal, bricks, and jerky. Jerky is good to raise... 2 of my 3 factions like jerky, I think. Yeah, the harpies and the humans do. So I'm tempted to go with the kiln. But the question is, what about meat production? I need meat to produce jerky. And there's only that 1 deposit. And I can't... Oh, there's the one up here. I would need a trapper's camp. I would need to find a trapper's camp in my blueprints to make use of that chain. This reminds me of Banished a bit, but has more Civilization Kingdom Reborn feel to it. Yeah, kind of. There's a lot of resource chaining, but again, you are not given everything either. Like, you don't know what you're going to get. You might get an abundance of farmland. You might get an abundance of this resource. So you kind of have to roll with the punches and just deal with what you're given and hope that the buffs that you take will benefit what you're using. Am I able to self-sustain? Yeah, I can self-sustain. Over time, however, the Queen's impatience does go up. So you have to continuously complete these orders, otherwise you lose. So you have to sort of manage resources and your economy, but also fill these orders on the right to make sure that the Queen does not get impatient with you. So far, I've never lost, and I've been playing for 8 hours total. So there's no problem with there. I'm going to go with, as much as I want the farm, I mean, I could take the farm and hope that farmland is available in the future. I've got so many buffs surrounding that farm, I'm going to take it anyway, even though I can't use it right now. Is the demo limiting? No. Surprisingly, no. It will limit you up to a certain... There's a rogue-lite element to this, and I sort of highlighted this at the beginning of my video. There's a tech tree or skill tree, whatever you want to call it. And the resources that you get from completing these events, these city building aspects, the more you level up your profile, the higher that you can get on the tech tree. The demo limits your profile level, so you can only go so high on the tech tree. Plantation, herb garden, forager's camp, and yet another crappy choice because there's no farming. Plantations require farmland. Herb gardens require farmland. The forager's camp, I can harvest vegetables, grain, and insects. The question is are there grain, insects, or vegetables anywhere nearby? I only saw the insects, if I remember right. There was an insect deposit up here. So I could take the forager's thing, and I'd want this trapper's camp, though. I think I'm going to take the forager's camp. I could take the beaver's house and make them happy. But I'm gonna take the forager's camp so I can start getting those insects. And again, I've got more on the very bottom here. 4 buildings I can pick. So I'm gonna pick one, then another 4 pop up. Pick one, another 4 come up. Let's see, bakery, artisan, cookhouse, or brewery. Well, I don't know how to make anything in the bakery right now, but the problem is I have no grain. I have no wheat. I can't make anything here. And if you want to see the recipes, click on the magnifying glass. You can actually see what they require before you pick the building. I need flour. I have no flour. It says so. 0 flour in the tooltip. So picking this building right now, not good for me. I need wheat and grain, rather, and I need a building that can turn that grain into flour. So this bakery is going to be useless. And this clay, I have no clay, so I can't make pottery. So this bakery is just awful for me. I'm not picking that. Even though I don't have any of those recipes per the little green plus signs, I just can't make them. The artisan can make coats, pigment, and barrels. If I recall correctly, I took a perk that gave me free barrels as I kept creating planks. With that said, insects, I could create pigment, and with fabric, I can create coats. So that's a thought. The cookhouse, skewers, biscuits, and pigment. Insects. I could go with skewers. Which faction likes skewers? The humans don't care for it. The beavers don't care for it. The harpies do care for it. So if I were to make... I'm going to be making jerky anyway at some point, I'm sure. Speaking of which, is there a building for jerky? There's not. Skewers. Ale, pickled goods, or pack of crops. You know what? I'm going to go with the cookhouse on this one. And then bakery, smelter, leatherworker, provisioner. There's the flour, but I don't have any grain. That sucks. Okay, well, I'm going to go with the provisioner because the flour is going to be useful for me at some point. Trying to think what else. Copper bars, but there's no mines. There's no copper ore nearby. I could, again, just wait. I can wait on picking anything. I think I will. I've got 3 blueprints left to pick. I'm going to stop picking. There's the forager's camp I just unlocked. I'll go ahead and build that. And I'll start collecting these insects. I also unlocked the cookhouse, but I don't have any bricks to put them down. Let's go ahead and assign another person here to this crude workstation. We'll go ahead and put, I guess, human there. That's fine. So, do you know when the queen will be impatient? Yes. On the very bottom of the screen, there is a red bar. That will fill up over time. Queen's impatience is plus 0.16 right now. You can sort of lower that by choosing a human firekeeper. The human faction lowers Queen's impatience growth by 25%. There are maybe some other effects in here, but I don't remember them off the top of my head. But yeah, the Queen's impatience will grow. When that red bar is completely full, I lose. I'm trying to get the blue bar down here completely full to win. And I get the blue bar full by gaining reputation. Reputation is typically earned by fulfilling orders or by completing events in the environment. Alright, so let's gather some insects. And what else? Makeshift post. Okay, 2 caches opened. I need to discover 2 more glades. I need grain badly. I need a trapper's camp for these leech brood mothers, and I need to put down a grain processing building. Ooh, got 10 planks. All right, let's go ahead and deliver that. I will get 10 planks as a reward, 10 fabric, and 10 brick. Well, there you go. And I gain 1 reputation point. And my blue bar is now fuller. Also, whenever you complete orders, the queen's impatience will go down a little bit. I really need grain. I've got 3 unassigned workers. I am tempted to start working on these more dangerous glades, but I don't want to do that right before storm season. That's usually a bad thing. A trader has arrived. Oh, scavenger's camp has no deposits nearby. Eggs. We'll go ahead and move them up here, and they can gather these eggs. Let's go ahead and move you out of the way there. I would like to cut this down a little bit. Sure. It is really, really, really fun. This is why I have 8 hours in it. I typically never spend this much time. I spent more time on the demo than I have normal games in my collection that I own. And that says a lot. I'm really having a lot of fun with this game. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just move the blueprints along. I'm trying to get a certain building that I need. I need flour. If I can find wheat, that would be awesome, or grain. Ranch, plantation, herb garden, or clother. The ranch isn't bad. I can feed... Okay, so rather than do a meat gatherer, the trapper's camp, I can feed... I don't have any plant fiber. Oh, this is bad. I need one of these 4 resources, and that's not available right now. Oh, that sucks. I can get eggs. Nah, this is awful. All right. Clother. That might be something to look at. Scrolls, herb garden, plantation. I can re-roll with amber, but I have 10. I could re-roll them. But yeah, I'm just gonna pick the clother only because all 3 of those recipes are things I do not have yet. And coats are decent. Weaver, scribe, temple, bathhouse. The temple is where people can go to satisfy religion, education. What do I need? I need incense. I don't know if I'm producing incense right now. There's those scrolls. If I can produce scrolls that will satisfy education and that will make my people happier. The bathhouse, if I had cosmetics, that can be created in the cooperage, alchemist's hut, or the apothecary, none of which I have. These are just really awful. Scribes, weaver. Actually, wasn't that a goal? Hold on. I could have sworn I could have picked something. No. There was something I got that give me a bonus to brawling. I just don't remember what it was. Nope. Oh yeah, this one. Rigorous training makes scouts exceptionally efficient. Every 5 villagers with the need for brawling fulfilled increases the chance of bringing back double the amount of goods from events by 20%. Not bad. It's something to work toward. I could totally take this weaver and go for that. Yeah, let's go. Let's do that. Smokehouse, kiln, cooperage, and brewery. I want the jerky, but smokehouse is both jerky and incense, both of which I think are good. And pottery, I'm going to go with the smokehouse on this one. The only problem is I can't generate meat in any way. I'm still trying to find something that will generate meat. We've got some new orders coming in. I have to pick 10 leisure or 10 decorations of type aesthetic. How expensive would it be to do that? Let's see. Aesthetics. Just planks. I could totally do that. I could make bushes and lamps and different things like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that order and just make 10 decorations. And I'll get +2 to berry production, which means nothing to me. 15 amber and 30 of this box of crystallized dew. Yeah, I'll do that. And then this one is 14 leisure again. Objective 50 jerky. Ugh, this is awful. Well, I guess we're going to go with the leisure one. I mean, there's no chance I'm producing jerky or pickled goods anytime soon. I just don't have the resources for it. There's a shortage of raw resources, big time. Okay, we'll just keep playing then. Smokehouse. I'm not going to bother putting that down until I have a steady supply of meat coming in. Which, I have 28 at the moment, but that'll go down quickly. Still have 3 unassigned workers. You know what? Maybe we should start cutting into... Let's cut this left side down into this glade. I'm hoping it's not going to be a terrible event. So let's go ahead and move this woodcutter down here. And we'll cut through this area. Gives us more room to build. And we'll deal with whatever comes... Harpy's resolve is low. Of course it is. They're always mad at me. It never fails. Ooh, I can upgrade my hub. 8 decorations of type comfort. And 4 decorations of... Okay, well, I can do that. Let's get more decorations. I have to do a lot of decorations anyway. So let's get 4 more of these benches out here. That'll satisfy the 8 that I need to upgrade this hub. And I need aesthetic stuff. So I'll just do some flower beds. 1, 4. Increasing this should, in theory, increase happiness. But we'll see. I'm hoping the harpies don't leave by the time the storm is over. They're kind of pissed right now. Okay. Something just happened. I'm not sure what. Why did that increase all of a sudden? Something happened. Oh, I think, did this get upgraded? No? Well, it must have been the comfort or something. Alright, well anyway, new people want to come. So do I want 4 humans or 4 beavers? I'm going to take the amber, I think. Let's go with the amber and the coats. Although, yeah, I'm good on food. We'll take them. And the queen's bonus. All fuel recipes are 25% faster. 50% to amount of goods produced in the small farm. Pfft. Sucks that I didn't get... That would have been a great chain. I had so many bonuses for the farm. Vineyard Town. The settlement specializes in wine production. +1 to beaver resolve for every 70 wine produced. I'm going to take that one even though I don't have wine yet. But if I do produce wine, that's just a passive bonus. Now, reputation will actually go up if I have high resolve. If I really make my people happy, this reputation goes up over time and I don't have to worry about filling orders. But I like to fill orders because I'm doing a lot of that stuff anyway. Alright, so I've upgraded my hub to a neighborhood. Okay, I'm fine with that. Seems to make my people happier. Ooh, you almost cut through this. That was close. That's fine though, I guess. I guess we can work on that one too. Let's move you down there. And we'll make some room over here. I don't want to deal with 2 events at once though. So I have to make sure that they don't cut through 2 at the same time. That would be bad. We've got 2 homeless people. Let's get a shelter up for them. Alright, let's add another beaver to that lumber camp. Okay, so we revealed our first dangerous glade. Let's see what we have to do here. Fallen beaver traders. A group of fallen beaver traders. They were probably assaulted by fishermen or worse. This sight causes anxiety in the beaver population. If I do not complete this in 8 minutes, spawns at least 2 pieces of living matter. I don't know what that is, but that sounds bad. While I'm working on this event, -6 to beavers resolve is only active when the glade event is being worked on. So for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So now once I complete this, I get to choose though, what reward do I want? Do I want 10 amber and half a reputation point? Or do I take all this nice food and also plant fiber? I kind of want all that. I want the beef so I can make the jerky. You know, I'm going to go ahead and choose the food. That's fine. But now, -6 to the beaver's resolve. From 14 to 8, their happiness will drop until this event is completed. In the meantime, let's see what else we opened up. There's more mushrooms. We do not have an herbalist camp, unfortunately, so we can't gather it. There's some more roots over here that my scavengers camp can harvest. There's a bunch of stone. And then there's this medium abandoned cache. I can work it, turn in 8 tools. I only have 6. But if I work on it and I complete it, I get some vegetables, eggs, and mushrooms, or I can take 75.75 points of reputation and 20 amber. I don't have enough tools, though, so I have to wait on that. Alright, so now they are going to work on that event for the time being. Hopefully we complete that. Okay, foragers camp, nothing nearby. Unfortunately, there's nothing else for this foragers camp to work on. I'm going to throw it in the corner here and take these people out of it, and they can work somewhere else. Alright, 1:30 before that is done. Luckily, we've got a 6-minute timer still, so we're good there. Maybe we should hold off on cutting this down until the next 3 minutes. Alright, you know what? I'm moving these guys down here temporarily. No, somewhere else. I'm going to move them here. It's not a good idea in my experience to open up a new glade. So close to storm season. Reason being, your resolve drops whenever resolve drops during a storm, and it's possible that whenever you open this, something will happen that'll lower resolve even further, and I like to wait until it's not storm season. So, alright, well, we completed this, and now we are just getting the food from them. 20 insects, 30 plant fiber, 20 meat. Not terrible. We could use the food. But now the beavers resolve are back up to 13 again. Because they're no longer working on that event. Just bringing stuff back. Let's go ahead and dig that out. Or chop that down. New trader has arrived. Okay, unfortunately, Zorg here does not have any tools. Because of course you don't. I have enough amber to take this upgrade. Harvesting crops is faster. Pfft. Again, no farm. How much for the wine, though? I don't have a whole lot to trade with, unfortunately. They only take certain things, so unfortunately, what they want, I don't have a whole lot of. So I'll pass up on that. Alright, there's storm season. New orders, these are the last two that we have to pick. And again, we don't have to pick them right away. We can wait. Although, cut through the forest to discover 2 dangerous or forbidden glades. I'm already doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that one. This one says solve any 1 glade event. So I'm going to choose that one. And this one is all these resources or pack of building material. I don't think I'm going to get either of these done, but I'll go ahead and pick the one that's easier. Pick that one. That reward is discovering a glade gives +3 to global resolve for 1.5 minutes. This effect stacks duration. Okay. The Fae hate me again. Surprise, surprise. I really need Jerky to keep them happy or something. Brawling. They like brawling. Maybe I can make that building that does the brawling thing. Provisioner. Nope. Mine. Nope. Nope. Which one was it? Could have sworn I picked a building that allowed me to produce brawling. Training gear. The Weaver. I guess we can put that down somewhere. I'll put you there. I need room over here. I just don't have it. Do that. It's fine. Hang in there, Harpies. I swear I'll get to you when I can. Alright, so that is done. Let's produce a limit of 10 of these. That's just stone and planks, which we have a decent amount of. 117 stone, 24 planks. Pigment, we're getting barrels regularly. I'm going to go ahead and use those barrels to make, trade goods. We needed 20 of those. So I'm going to just do 20. Yep. And then fabric, we're already producing fabric, but I'll just make a limit of 20. Actually, you know what? No. We've already got one building producing it. We've got 31. We're good. I'm going to assign, I guess, 1 and 2. Okay. Coats, water skins, scrolls. Do any of these guys want coats? The beavers want coats, and the humans want coats. So I'm going to go ahead and put down the... Well, what was it? The clothing. Yeah, clothing people. I'll put you down there. All right. Now let's go ahead and cut this down. Now that the storm is over and resolve is back up to acceptable levels, we'll go ahead and cut this down. And the queen is giving us a bonus. +1 to wood production, but lose all stored fuel upon picking this. No. Good in the beginning when you don't have a whole lot of resources anyway, but that would start me back at ground zero. Every 5 villagers with the need for education fulfilled increases global production speed by 25%. Relatives of your villagers send gifts for treating their family members well. Get 40 water skins for every full reputation point obtained through high resolve. I'm not getting high resolve reputation that way. But every 5 villagers with the need for education fulfilled. I would need to construct a building that provided education. I don't have it. Let's go with in the off chance that I get high resolve, I will choose that one and hopefully get some free water skins out of the deal. New people. Let's go with I guess this one on the left. The Harpies are pissed at me already. I'm just going to keep away from them. All right, so now I've got even more people, more mouths to feed, and more people to house. Let's put shelters down for them. 1, 2, 3 is good. Probably overkill. Cloak. Let's go ahead and put 20 coats is the limit there. Water skins. No, I'm not going to make water skins. And scrolls, I wouldn't mind some. I'll keep 20. I need leather, which I have a crap ton of. Unfortunately, I have no wine or pigment, so I can't make it right now, but I plan to at some point. I could have sworn I had something that would make pigment. I think I chose it. I just don't remember what it was. Clother, provisioner. cookhouse. Oh, there we go, cookhouse. And there's also the, you know what, let's go ahead and make these two. We'll have them for when we want to start making the jerky. So I'm going to put that, I guess, down here. And the smokehouse. I'll put there. All right, we unlocked another dangerous glade. Okay, this one is, I need 10 resin. Well, it's a good thing I kept tools around. It's the only resource that I have that can take care of this problem. I'll have to choose my tools. And in 10 minutes, if I don't do it, flooding will occur. It destroys all roads in the settlement. Also, villager movement speed is decreased by 30%. Nasty. While I'm working on it, hostility of the forest is increased temporarily. Oof. Well, I'm going to have to do it. Do I want harmony, which is, if I complete this event, a rain spirit totem cleansed by the holy flame. Hostility is decreased by 50. I'm only at hostility 1 right now. I'm fine with that. I think I'd want the incense and the scrolls. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this as my reward and work on that immediately. There are some other things that I need, but I don't have any tools. I need to trade for them. There is a human trader on the way, so maybe we'll get some tools off them. No farmland here. Surprise, surprise. All right. Do I want to make some skewers? We'll do 20 biscuits. We have no flour, so we can't make that anyway. Pigment. Yeah, I know, it's the RNG. There's no farmland on this map as far as I can tell. Other biomes, there are a lot of farmland. This one, not so much, apparently. I wouldn't mind some pigment. I will make 20 pigment. Let's just have people work on that. There you go. And, ooh, smokehouse. Jerky. 30 jerky. We've got insects and meat. You know what? I'm going to just use insects for now. I don't have any clay, so I can't make the pottery. Incense, I can use insects and wood. I'll have a limit of 20. I don't want too much. All right, there we go. All right, we did complete a quest, though. 3 glades. We've discovered 3 glades. We get 10 resin, 10 tools, and 5 parts. Awesome. We can use those 10 tools straight away to do something else. I kind of want to keep them, though, so that I can do more of these dangerous glades in case I need the tools for something else. Lots of roots over here, though. 40 eggs, 30 leather, plus 15% traders will arrive quicker. That woodcutter's camp is doing nothing. I'm going to move him down and cut into here. Hopefully there's some farmland there. Okay, you're just kind of cutting away this wood. And this one over here is cutting this. There. You should cut that down. All right. Oh, we can get a building. Lumber mill, rain mill, brewery, or trapper's camp. That's what we needed, the trapper's camp. Bing, bing, bing. Now we can get lots and lots and lots of meat. Okay. We'll start with the meat. There's a bunch of meat there. There's a bunch of, not the egg. We'll take this one because it's closer to our civilization, but we want all that meat. That way we can make that jerky. And that should keep the Fae happy, or the Harpies. I keep calling them Fae. They're the Harpies. Same thing, right? 1, 2. Alright, gather the meat. Also, there's a chance of gathering leather, which we have a ton of. I mean, if I can sell leather, I will, because I've got so much of it. These trees even passively give me leather. There's a 5% chance that it'll gain me some leather. One more dangerous glade and I complete this playing with fire order. I do not want to cut that down. which one would I dig into next or cut into next? Probably this one down here. I guess we'll start queuing it up. Actually, no. Not yet. Reason being, the storm is going to hit in 2 minutes. Or less, whatever. Ooh, they are super happy for some reason. Why is that? Oh, they're getting jerky and skewers now. So they are super, super, super happy. Oh, I've got a high resolve of plus 0.05 per minute. It's not a whole lot, but I am getting a positive bonus because they love the fact that I'm making them some meat. I just got to keep that up. I'm going to unassign you since you're not doing anything. Anything with an exclamation point over it means there are workers there, but they don't have the resources or the cap limit has been reached. The person symbol means I have no one assigned to it, but I really don't need anything here. 20 packs. Oh, I need 15 packs of building materials and 20 packs of trade goods. Am I producing trade goods somewhere? I could have sworn I was. Trade goods. Yeah, there. Okay. Yeah, I'm not enough. I need 15 packs of building materials. So I'm going to enable that. Put this to 15. Planks are fine. And we'll just have her make some of those. Stonecutter's camp has no deposit nearby. Okay, well, I know where there's plenty of stone. Yeah, right there. There's a huge deposit right here. There's a copper vein. I could put a mine there and start gathering... Oh, 30% chance for clay. I'm going to do that, actually. I'm going to move that over. Mine. Where art thou? There it is. So I'll just throw that over here. Also, that is coal. Nice. So coal and... So I'm getting coal and copper ore from this node. Really useful. Alright. Queen's orders. Just the right amount. Villagers with the leisure need fulfilled have a 10% chance for double yields. Gain 2 amber for every 6 pack of trade goods produced, or the settlement specializes in wine production. Gain +1 to beaver resolve for every 70 wine produced. Again, I have that already. I'm going to take the value-added tax. What sucks is, I mean, I guess I can continue producing trade goods and then sell them to a trader. I suppose I can go that route with it. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of, I mean, I guess pigment is the only thing I can make right now. So, yeah, pigment. Alright, there's the mine. Let's do 1 and 2 and 3. And we'll bring in new people. Preferably not the harpies. Although grain is nice. Oh, man. Alright, let's go with... we have to go with them. Fine. Scavenger's camp has no deposit. There's some roots there. There's a lot of roots over here. We'll go and just do that. There's a huge amount right here. Alright. Let's go ahead and... Now that we're out of storm season... You're not doing anything, really. I'm going to move you down here. And I want you to double team this area. 2 foresters down here. We don't really need to cut any more to the right. I mean, we've got so much room over there. A trader has arrived. Alright, what do you got for me? Villager movement speed increased by 10%. I could trade some of my amber for that. Flour to kick in the face. I mean, I want to be self-sustaining, though. Is there anything here? What can I get rid of? I've got a lot of wood. I want to save my wood for tools, though. Tools are super handy with dealing with glade events. I've got 12. You know what? I'm not going to buy anything for now. I kind of want to. Actually, what was that? Hold on. I can unlock more things. Herbalist camp. Or plantation. I could take the herbalist camp and then harvest these mushrooms. Although I have 237 mushrooms. I don't need the mushrooms that badly. Yeah, berries. There are no berries or herbs anywhere on the map, so I don't need the herbalist camp at this point. I could harvest them, but I already have so much. I've got 244 at the moment. We're good on homeless people. Oh, we're still at a high resolve, kind of, sort of. Oh, we've uncovered a glade. There's farmland! Unfortunately, do I even have the farm any? I do. I picked the farm in the very beginning of the game. Okay, so there is some farmland. It's not a whole lot, but it's something. The dangerous event is the small destroyed caravan. In 10 minutes, traders are afraid and will not visit this area. Trading and trade routes are blocked. Also, one impatient point. Okay. While I'm working on it, people are afraid of whatever destroyed the caravan. -3 to global resolve. It is only active while we are working on it. What reward would I want? I think I'm going to want this reputation and amber. So let's get this going right away. Lots more meat down here. Let's get this farm going too. It has to be near... It has to cover all of these fields if at all possible. What sucks is that it's surrounded by these stupid trees. Let's move this down here like that. We'll try and just clear all this away. Playing with fire is done. We'll take that reward. +1 to copper bar production. Now that we're producing copper, if there is a building that lets us produce copper bars, that would be awesome. A group of 3 villagers. All right, let's just turn that in and be done with it. We have 1 homeless person. All right, let's get that done. Looks like they are done making stuff for us. More copper veins, my goodness. Well, for right now, I'm going to build this farm here. And I can move it later. I'm hoping that will cover everything. Humans are the one that are good at farmland, so I'll assign my human population. I've got 3 free workers at the moment. Alright, so 1, 2. Note the swirly thing. That means that they're proficient at that. So they're going to make vegetables and grain for me. Now that I've got that, do I have a building for grain? I could have sworn. The provisioner makes flour. I'm going to put that down. Assuming I can fit it there. There we go. Oh, I need 6 more aesthetics to complete that one. Okay, might as well. Let's do flower beds. It has to be somewhere close to home, but maybe back here somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. We're out of insects, because of course we are. Maybe we'll make some out of beef. Roots. Okay, we've uncovered this glade here. More farmland. All of a sudden, we're getting farmland now. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Alright, well. We'll get another farm over there at some point. Ooh, the beavers are extremely unhappy. Woodcutters camp, no trees nearby. Oh, well, we'll fix that as well. Let's go ahead and move that down here so we can clear out more space for this farmland. They probably ran out of jerky or something, so they're pissed. They like biscuits. We need a building for brawling. Smelter for copper bars. I need that. Human house. Carpenter for simple tools. That would be nice. But to make simple tools, I need copper bars, and I can't, yeah. Although, yeah, that sucks. Leatherworking. I guess we'll do the smelter for the copper bars. Okay. Because we are making copper now. Where are you? Smelter. We will put that here. A harpy is left. Well, it's fine. I have a ton of workers at this point. New people. Roots, preferably no harpies. I'll take this group of people. Why are you so pissed for? I don't get it. Oh, because of the lack of shelter, maybe. We'll put that there. All right, Queen's Cornerstone. 50% to amount of goods produced in the farm. Villagers will give you their very last piece of amber for a pint of decent ale. Gain 20 amber for every 100 ale produced. Now, let's go with the farm buff. Now that I've got farms, we'll see a ton of resources coming from this. I'm hoping. And there's farmland down here, but I can't... There's no room to build a farm near there. Not yet. Okay. We don't need pack of provisions. Flour. I'm gonna limit that to 10 for right now. Barrels. I'll limit that to 10 as well. I'll assign one person to it. Good enough. No building material? Oh, we're out of planks? Really? Huh. Well, we've got no bricks, 30 fabric. I think we need another one of these crude workstations. All right, let's put that down here. Smelter is done. We'll get some people in there. Actually, them. Copper bars plus wood equal, yeah. So we'll go ahead and make a limit of 30. And crystallized dew. No, not going to bother making that. Biscuits. Flour plus roots equals biscuits. Yes, limit to 30. Okay. All right, let's make nothing but planks here. So we'll do that and that. Okay, rich delivery is done. 15 packs of building materials and 20 packs of trade goods. I'm going to stop producing building materials and unassign her. The trade goods, I do think we should keep making, although I wonder what the resources required are. Pigment. Yeah, we could do that. Because I could have sworn there was a bonus for doing that. Gain 2 amber for every 6 trade goods produced. Okay, we're going to turn this in. Every glade discovers give +3 to global resolve, +2 to grain production, and plus just 30 ale. I'll take it. Okay. So we should discover new areas, I guess. Unfortunately, not a whole lot of options here. In the meantime, can we get tools from this one? 30. Will they take my trade goods or whatever? Yeah, you know what? Let's see what we can get away with. We don't need this pack of provisions. We don't need the pack of crops. Pack of building materials. Don't need that. We've got a lot of spark dew and a lot of leather. I'm going to sell off some of this leather. And let's see how many we can... Yeah. So we can get, what, 15 tools out of that? That's not terrible. How about some of this spark dew? We've got a lot of it. Okay, anything else we need from him? We'll take more tools. Alright, we have overdone it slightly. So we can take something else from him or reduce something from here. Coal, we're getting that. Barrels, pottery, oil, clay. How about clay? Okay, good enough. Alright, now I should have a decent amount of tools. So now I can open up these caches. I've got 28 tools. This one needs 8. I'm going to take the amber and Queen's Grace. I'm going to try and push that Queen's Grace. We'll investigate that one. And this one here, same deal. We'll take the Queen's Grace and the amber pouch. Yeah. Actually, you. Okay. And yep, there's one down here. 8. I'll take the Queen's Grace, and yep, human can do that one. Alright, in the meantime, farm. Let's get that going. We've got so much food, though. I'm going to actually focus on just grain. Well, how much vegetables we have? We don't have any vegetables. Alright, maybe we should keep the vegetables, too. Oh, there's more farmland that we just discovered. There you go. Are you in range? You are. Awesome. Sometimes these trees hide farmland that you have to get. Alright, it might be prudent to build more shelter. Getting kind of tight here. We'll do something like that, maybe. Yeah, so resolve is going down a lot more now. People grow more anxious. -4 to global resolve. Because the hostility level of the forest is now 2 instead of 1. But I'm hoping that we can somehow beat this. Oh, look at that. We've opened up enough caches and aesthetics. We've got enough aesthetics here to complete that quest. So +2 to berry production. Pfft. 15 amber and 10 crystallized, 30 crystallized dew. This one is 5 to... Workers assigned to glade events will carry 5 more items at once. 4 new people and 5 parts. We'll take that too. Oh look, and we beat it. Just by completing those 2 and opening those caches, that did the trick. So we can continue the settlement, but it doesn't do anything for us, unfortunately. It's just for exploration. You don't get any extra resources. That's kind of unfortunate. We're going to go back to the world map now. And if we go back to the smoldering city, do we have any resources or enough resources to buy any upgrades? Okay, I've got 39 food, so I could buy this upgrade. You gain a permanent 3% bonus to trader arrival speed. Allows you to trade routes with other nearby settlements. Or, nothing really. I mean, this one is you gain a plus 2% to burnus duration for all types of fuel burn at the hearth. Every villager gains a permanent plus 2 to walking speed. I kind of like that one. But a lot of these require artifacts that I don't have. So I can't take these yet. So I'm going to hold off on that for today's video anyway. And because I've reached my max, like on the very bottom of the screen, there's a flashing button now. I've created 5 settlements. And that's it. That's all I'm allowed to do. And I have to click this button to sort of reset everything. So I'm going to click on this. The Blight Storm is coming, settlements are abandoned, and people are returning to the Citadel. Unlocked content. So this is everything that I've gained this quote-unquote cycle. So everything will sort of reset except for the very center. And now I start back here again, and now this is a randomized piece of land. Note this wasn't here before. I can get some machines from this, possibly, and some artifacts. It's not prestiging so as much as it's like, it's a roguelite. Kind of, sort of. I keep my upgrades, though. All my upgrades, I lose the cities that I created, but I keep my upgrades. So I'll branch out as far as I can, reset, branch out as far as I can, reset, and while I'm doing that, I am earning upgrades toward the smoldering city that allow me to go out further, to be more efficient, that kind of thing. So, yeah. 2 hours. Wow, I didn't realize I was on here for that long. Okay, well, there you go, folks. That was Against the Storm. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care.